Welcome back. You're watching NewsX. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. Our big focus this hour, a post by a Russian media outlet on the recently uncovered files related to the assassination of President John F. Kennedy in the 1963 have shed light on the covert operations of the CIA during the Cold War era. One of the key findings in this document was the presence of secret bases in two of India's major cities, New Delhi and Kolkata as well. These bases were identified in newly declassified files related to the 1963 assassination of US President John F. Kennedy, posted on the website of the US National Archives and also records administration. These secret facilities, also known as black sites, are used by the CIA for various clandestine operations, including interrogation and detention of suspected terrorists. Apart from Kolkata and New Delhi, the list includes cities such as Rawalpindi in Pakistan, Colombo in Sri Lanka, Tehran in Iran, Seoul in South Korea and Tokyo in Japan. The JFK assassination files were released by Donald Trump to honor his campaign promise to provide more transparency about the shock event in Texas. One of the most shocking revelations is the suggestion of CIA involvement in the lead-up to Kennedy's assassination. A newly declassified memo from November 1963 reveals how a CIA officer expressed alarm over Oswald's activities, including the fact that he visited the Soviet and Cuban embassies in Mexico City weeks before Kennedy's assassination. Not only that, there is evidence that supports the theory that this was a second shooter, something that has been long debated, according to documents that, of course, have come from the grassy knoll, which was an elevated area ahead of Kennedy's motorcade. Transcripts of wiretaps suggest that there could have been an involvement of organized crime in the assassination plot. One of the documents even suggests that Chicago mob bosses trained Cuban militiamen, as uncovered by ABC 7 Chicago. Well, the pressing question since 1963 has been as follows: who's behind the assassination of John F. Kennedy? What exactly was the motive? And were there secret CIA bases in India? Joining us live at this point is Aditya Vadhavan. For more details on this story, Aditya Vadhavan, the declassification of the JFK files is finally out. What has been revealed?
Well, if you see, the Tulsi Gabbard, who happens to be the U.S. Director of U.S. Intelligence, her office has recently issued a statement, that this Donald Trump administration is very transparency, has shown very transparency in this regard. And, Donald Trump yesterday signed an executive order number 14176, which said that, withholding any information regarding the assassination records of former U.S. President John F. Kennedy is not in accordance with the public interest, and it should be immediately released. And if you see, some of the documents, as per the documents, CIA had bases in some of the Indian cities like New Delhi and Kolkata in 1963. And one of the CIA agent named Gary Underhill was murdered, when he revealed that, this entire assassination of former President John F. Kennedy was orchestrated by the Central Intelligence Agency. And as per some reports, as per some the official documents that were earlier classified and now have been released to the NARA, also reveal that there is a link of the Israeli spy agency Mossad to also this, because there have been on these documents, there have been several written on some of two places, Israel. So, possibly there were links to the Israeli spy agency Mossad as well. Yes, Uday.
All right. Also with us now is Ellen Rao, former cop. Ellen Rao, what do you make of this revelation in this India connect to these Kennedy files?
This is definitely something which is connected to India also, and we had been very having very cordial relationship with Israel, and this Mossad, the action by the Mossad will be appreciated very soon in that. Right now I am having some disturbances here, so I cannot explain it completely.
Okay, I think we're having some technical trouble, it seems, there, Ellen Rao is saying, with his connection, unfortunately. All right, more breaking news meanwhile coming in. The Supreme Court has directed the Greater Noida Industrial Development Authority